Morning YouTube, Jeff Shell 2 here, and this morning, I don't know if you can hear me because there's a waterfall over here, but this morning I woke up to find myself in Puerto Rico. I don't know how that happened, but here I am, and I found this waterfall. Anybody who's traveled with me knows that I like to go to places that tourists don't usually go to. I don't want to see the Disney version of any place I go. I want to go where the locals go. I want to go where the locals hang out. I want to eat where they eat. I want to do all that kind of stuff. Anybody can go to Burger King at home. You don't want to do that when you go away. So I found this place that you're not going to find on any tourist map. It's actually a dirt road off of the main road, down the dirt road. And as you can see, is that beautiful waterfall. And it is absolutely beautiful. Now, as I'm standing here, taking in the beauty of the scenery around me, and appreciating this natural wonder, and really anybody who has been in the presence of a waterfall in person can attest to that it is a natural wonder. It doesn't have to be Niagara Falls. But as I'm standing here, taking in the beauty of this, I am struck by two things. At the same time, I have found that I absolutely love people and hate people. As you can see if I can find it, a little sign that somebody had nailed up to the tree, and in Spanish it says, "Keep the area clean." And directly beneath that sign, old plastic garbage and buckets and bleach container. A lot of plastic bottles, beer bottles, El Presidente. It's sad. It's really sad that in this absolutely beautiful oasis, that people just don't give a shit. And I mean, it kind of goes to show, it doesn't matter where you go, everyone is the same everywhere. People in general just don't care. Except, of course, for the people who hung that sign. Obviously, they care. So, yeah, this is day number 1 in Puerto Rico, and this is the first thing that I've come across. So, join me for the rest of the day, and we'll see what else we find.
Ozymandias by Percy Bysshe Shelley. I met a traveler from an antique land who said, "Two vast and trunkless legs of stone stand in the desert. Near them on the sand, half sunk, a shattered visage lies, whose frown and wrinkled lip and sneer of cold command tell that its sculptor well those passions read which yet survive, stamped on these lifeless things, the hand that mocked them, and the heart that fed. And on the pedestal these words appear: My name is Ozymandias, King of Kings. Look on my works, ye mighty, and despair. Nothing beside remains. Round the decay of that colossal wreck, boundless and bare, the lone and level sands stretch far away.
Well, YouTube, today I am exploring a little bit of jungle, actually. This little patch here, it's actually in the middle of like a residential area. It's like in a valley, and all the houses are around the top of the valley, and then in the center, down in the valley, there's nothing. Just what looks like, well, honestly, it looks like rainforest. And I don't know if you can see, there's like an opening in the trees there. And I'm trying to get there. I want to see if I can get in there and do a little exploring. think it'll be kind of cool. I don't know, but you can't really see it, but up ahead there's like a ravine, and I don't know how big it is, I don't know how deep it is, but that's going to be my challenge, is to get across that. Obviously also without tumbling down any of these what look like nice soft fluffy trees and grass and bushes. It's actually rocks and stuff, a lot of loose rock. So wish me luck. This will be interesting. I've actually come pretty close to that ravine. It looks a lot bigger as you get closer to it. I don't know if you can see down there or not. Running out of options to get down to that area over there. All looks pretty hard to navigate through. As I walk, I'm not really stepping on the ground at all. The vegetation is so high that as I step, I push it down, and I'm using that almost like a cushion for my feet. So it's hard to tell where the ground is. This is like really thick. It's kind of cool. All right, I'm gonna keep on going. It's starting to rain. Let's see if I can. Oh, too far. All right. It's starting to rain, and I am like deep in here now. It goes up to my waist. I'm using this piece of old rebar I found as like a cane. And I'm using it to look for the ground so I know where I can put my feet, because as you can see, that's all too thick. You can't see anything through it. I haven't reached my destination yet, but dead ahead down there, that's the area that looked like a ravine from up top. I'm still not sure what it is or how big it is or how deep it is, but it looks as though the way I'm heading will go right down into it. I'm really not sure. Let's gonna keep moving a little bit here. My guide stick, which I'm not even on the ground right now. I've got to be a good 6 inches up off the ground. Let's see. Oh, this is pretty wild. Wow. I can't even see the entrance into the area I wanted to go anymore. I know I haven't steered off course. It's been basically a straight line, but there's a road that goes around this whole little valley, and there's trucks that have speakers on the back that are advertising you can make a local bar or something. I don't know what they're saying because I don't speak Spanish. So it's pretty wild. All I can see is green. I don't see any homes. I don't see, it's like it feels like I'm miles away from civilization, and I'm only a couple hundred yards away. It's funny. All right, I gotta put the camera away. I'm gonna keep moving on. Well, I've gone a little further, and holy hell is it hot. I'm almost to where I want to be. Problem is I've reached what looks like a little bit of a small drop. I'm not exactly sure how I'm gonna get down there. I'm too old to be jumping like I used to, but I mean, if I was a kid still, that wouldn't be an issue. I would plow right through there like it's nothing. But my age, yeah, homie, don't play that anymore. But anyway, I'm gonna keep going, and I think once I'm inside the trees there, I believe it's just basically going to be like a canopy, like the rainforest, and I'll record some from in there. I'll rest, and we'll see you in a little bit. Yeah, I'm inside without having water with me or anything to cut through the vines is about as far as I'm gonna go. Let me show you. Underneath a lot of the brush, there's these cliffs. Most of them I just can't see, and I've got very little way to find them or to look for them. The vines are so thick through most of this, I just can't walk through it. So without something to cut through it, this is about as far as I'm gonna go. I tell you, it's actually really beautiful though. And I wish I could go further, but this is about it. Look at this. Absolutely fucking beautiful, isn't it? I don't know about anybody else, and I can't speak for anyone else, but this is my idea of paradise. I like this kind of thing. This is cool. It's been a long time since I've had the opportunity to do something like this, and actually I enjoyed this. Unfortunately, I didn't get to go where I wanted or as far as I wanted, but I enjoyed it. Can you hear the coqui frog? That's pretty cool too. Gotta love that. All right. See you next time, guys. Something I was thinking about on the airplane on the way down, and that is the dishonesty of the moment, the dishonesty of now. And it came up because there were people talking about on Twitter the end of the year. It's just about, you know, the end of 2015. And one of the things that I was thinking about after hearing that was, you know, a lot of the year-end videos that tend to come out at the end of December and the beginning of January. And what I was thinking was how we perceive time and how we perceive how good or bad any particular span of time is. And I can pretty much bet on it that there's going to be a lot of people posting videos saying that 2015 was such a terrible year. And in many respects, I agree with them. But one of the things that I thought about was, like I said, the dishonesty of the moment, the dishonesty of now. Because if you were to ask me right now, this moment, how my year was, right now I would have to say pretty damn good. Now, a week ago, you would have gotten a different answer. And that's because it's easy for me to say that things are doing good or it's been a good year and that things are great, because I am on a tropical island at the moment, surrounded by paradise. And it colors my perception of the entire year. It colors how I look back at everything. And that's something I think that a lot of us don't really think about or pay a lot of attention to, that how we perceive where we are right then and there changes how we look at an entire span of time. And that's not to say that things are doing great and this has been a good year or a bad year. All it means is that it's very difficult for us to honestly, all that means is that it's very difficult for us to honestly say whether or not it's been a good week, year, month, decade, whatever, when our viewpoint is going to be colored by the moment. It's always the way it is, good or bad. Just interesting thought. Hey YouTube, I am in El Moro. There's some footage. I don't know where I'm going to put it in here, but I will fit the footage in. But I got to El Moro, I started recording, I'm walking around, and it started to pour. And I'm actually inside what was either prison quarters or storage at one time when the fortress was operational. If you're not familiar with El Noro, it's a really cool place. If you ever get the chance to come to Puerto Rico, check it out. I would suggest you do so. If not, look it up on Google. It's really cool. I believe it is the only Spanish-style fortress of its kind that was built in the New World. It's the only one in North America. And it's also the longest serving fortress, I believe, on the planet, because it served all the way up until World War, or all the way through World War II. And it is, as you saw or will see in some of the pictures and the video footage, it is a very old world Spanish style, and none of it is fake. This is the real thing. It's multiple levels, but it started out as a tower or a small tower. Then over the years, the Spanish had added to it, and they built to it to fortify the island of Puerto Rico. Because for the Spanish, this was an important strategic location, and they needed to have something like this here to protect the Caribbean islands from the British, from pirates and other invaders, and this served as a pivotal role in that. Yeah, it's cool stuff. All right, I think the rain's about stopped. I'm gonna see if I can get more footage. Old San Juan. I am getting a lot of color, by the way. This is beautiful. Old San Juan, kind of, this area is here that really remind me a lot of the Village in New York City. It's kind of got that feel, except tropical. I like it here. I love Old San Juan. This is beautiful. A lot of shops, a lot of restaurants. Some of them are a little bit on the higher end. If you got the money to spend, there's some really nice places to eat here. I'm not going to do that because I don't have the money to spend, but I'll definitely be getting something. Maybe I'll take a picture and tweet my lunch. I've been waiting most of the time I've been here for a nice day to come here that wasn't so much of a beach day, and it's kind of raining off and on. It's hot and humid, but there's a really cool breeze that keeps going through here. And despite the rain, I actually think this is probably the best day so far anyway, that I could have spent time walking through Old San Juan. Not terribly far from where I'm staying. So maybe before I leave, I'll get another chance. But we'll see. There'll be more pictures and more footage as the day goes on. And see you guys later.